I want to talk about the 4 important key points I learned from the Enzo Maresca press conference ahead of the game against Wolverhampton tomorrow. Number 1, Enzo Maresca start by saying Romeo Lavia is injured, but they don't know the length of the injury yet. So the club are waiting for more couple of hours to know more details about the injury. So after some hours, so the club are going to know how long he's going to be out or how soon he's going to be back. And Enzo Maresca also said Pedro Neto is available because he trained with the team yesterday. So they are going to watch him today when they have another session. So by then, they will decide if he's going to be available to play against Wolverhampton tomorrow. And number 2 important key point I learned from the Enzo Maresca press conference ahead of the game against Wolverhampton. Chelsea fans, this number 2 day important. And when Enzo Maresca was asked how people outside complain about the way he was rotating the team week in, week out, and Enzo Maresca said he cannot complain or control people's opinion because people are entitled to their opinion. But he said, and I quote, he said, if we rotate and we won, nobody will say anything. But if we lose or draw like Karabag, they will say because we rotate. And Enzo Maresca said, we have Santos, Brazil international. We have Hato, Holland international. We have Estevao, Brazil international. He said these players are young. They are bound to make mistakes. If we don't play them, there's no way they are going to get along with the team. You get that? And he said his feel is modern football is different from years ago in terms of physicality and intensity. Because he said he played for 20 years, and you know this is why you need to rotate to get the best out of the team. I don't think I need to say anything on this because I listened to what he said and I jotted it down. That is why I'm reading it to you the way he said it. He said, we have these 3 players, they are young. If we don't play them, how do you expect them to get along with the team? He said they are bound to make mistakes. From that mistake, they will be perfect. They will learn from it. He said if you don't play them, these people are playing for their national team. And you said they are young, they shouldn't be playing. And you keep them on the bench. How would they get along with the team? And I think that is the second key important point from the Enzo Maresca press conference. And the third important key point I learned from the Enzo Maresca press conference, when Enzo Maresca was asked about why is he changing the back line week in, week out, and Enzo Maresca said in times of injury, he said Chelsea he lost one of his best center back to injury, and that is why he needs to look for solution. That is why probably he plays different center backs today, tomorrow another center back. He said in terms of playing from the back, he said he doesn't have his best center back available. He said if you check last week, they kept clean sheets while playing Shaloba and Fofana, and they kept a clean sheet. He said if you look at this season alone, they have kept like 4 to 5 clean sheets compared to last season. He said if the club or if he has his defenders, all his defender available, they are going to see the same back line for a very long time in terms of playing the same back line that the best back line week in, week out. But because of injury and the situation around the condition of the defenders or the players in the squad, so it's not possible for him to keep using the same defender week in, week out. He said he needs to look for a solution, and that is why you keep seeing different backline today. Next week you see another backline, probably because of the injury, because there's no stability at the back right now. And lastly, number 4 key points I learned from the Enzo Maresca press conference ahead of the game against Wolverhampton tomorrow. When Enzo Maresca was asked about Wolverhampton tomorrow, he said Wolverhampton have just changed their manager, but he's hoping they are going to play in the same similarity they are used to play before. He said when they played them against Wolverhampton in the Carabao Cup, he said they played very well, as in Chelsea played very well in the first half, and they were able to score 3 goals. He said, but in the second half, Chelsea struggled a bit in the second half. And he said they are preparing to play better tomorrow. He said if they can approach the game in the way they approach Liverpool, in the way they play against Tottenham, he said definitely they are going to get 3 points out of the game. But surely they are preparing for the game. They now ask Enzo Maresca about the long throwing and the set piece of Wolverhampton. He said, and he was asked if he's going to set 3 players the way he did against Tottenham up the pitch. He said different games with different plans, and he said he might plan his tactics in that way or in a different way. He said different games with a different approach. So guys, these are the 4 important key points I learned from the Enzo Maresca press conference ahead of the game tomorrow. Chelsea fans, like this post, comment 1 or 2 things. Let me know your thoughts about what Enzo Maresca has said so far in the press conference. Let me know in the comment section. No cap.